Okay, so I'm Grasswalker, and I just got my key for Magic the Gathering Arena. This is... so Magic's had a weird checkered past where they've never been able to make a good game for people to play on the PC. They expect you to go to F&M, which is all well and good, and I did a shitload when I was like 10 to 15. But as you get older and there's not something in town or the shop closes, you've got nowhere to play, so your choice is basically Magic the Gathering Online, which is super expensive and the interface looks awful. Something illegal, like Cockatrice, where the community is a little bit garbage because everybody tries to cheat and there's no, like, automatic ruling stuff. Also, it's illegal, so probably shouldn't do that, maybe. Do it anyway. 3, they used to do Jewels of the Planeswalkers, which was this, like, single-player-ish game. Like, there was an online mode section, but that wasn't the focus. The focus was the single-player stuff. But they gave you pre-made decks, and you had to pay like £2 to unlock a deck, and then you weren't allowed to make your own decks, that kind of stuff. The later versions you were. Then they released like a Super Jewels of the Planeswalkers, which was supposed to be the be-all end-all of Magic, and they were releasing sets, they were releasing events, community events, all this good stuff, and it was great, and then they just abandoned it. They killed the entire project, and now we have this. Now we have Magic the Gathering Arena. So I'm going to be playing this now. I've got my key. I love Magic the Gathering. It's an awesome game. So we're going to mess around with some packs. Apparently we've got 3 of everything to open, which is a nice little introduction to the game. We have a Spore Crown Thallid. I'm not sure how I feel about what they've done with the interface of the game. Like, you see how the mana cost in the top right looks like it's just way out of place, but Fire Elemental, you can't go wrong with that. Gaze Protector, Must Be Blocked to Fable. None of these cards get me hyped. I haven't played Standard in years. Okay, that's a mythic rare. Demon Lord, Bells and Lock. 6 mana, 6/6 Flying Trample. You can't go wrong with that. Enters the battlefield, exile cards from top of your library until you exile a non-land. Put it in your hand. If it's 4 or greater, repeat this process. But it hurts you for drawing. That's an awesome card. I can't wait to stick that in the deck and just go ham. What do we got? Seismic Shift, destroy a land. That's unlikely to eviscerate a really bad murder that's sorcery speed. But it's standard, so all the cards are going to be a little bit bad. Oh, and uncommon. So one thing they've done, so Wildcards, so Hearthstone, all your duplicates and stuff you dust, and you hope that you can pray something good, and the ratio's quite bad. Gwent's quite the same. You, if you get some spares, you can destroy them, or even if they're not spares and you just don't want to play a certain faction or colour or deck type, you can just kill cards to make other cards. Magic gives out wild cards, where you can redeem the wild card for anything in the list, which is quite similar to what Yu-Gi-Oh's done, where they give you like a redeemable token card. It's called like a pack, but it only has 1 card, and it's your choice of things. What do we got here? Rare. Immolating Inferno does X damage to up to 3 targets. That's pretty good. That's a nice little burn thing. So you can stick that on their face, it seems like. It's a legendary spell. You can only cast it if you have a legendary creature or planeswalker. Okay, so that makes it a lot worse. But it's still good. I like the wild cards, though. I like the idea that you can just save them up and just build a deck that you want. A 2 mana 3/1 Dinosaur. That's a cute little artwork. Naturalize. Can't go wrong with that. Another Dinosaur. Strength of the Pack, 1/1 counters. Cherished Hatchling, 2 mana 2/1. When it dies, you can play Dinosaur spells this turn at instant speed. And when you play them, they can fight things. Okay, so instead of getting something from my pack, I got a wild card. That's cool, because I could redeem that. If I want to play a demon deck, like with that giant demon I opened, I could do that. Or if I want to make a dinosaur deck, I can do that. But my problem is, I've got Skyrim Potion Syndrome. Kumina's Awakening. Ascend. Whatever that means. I didn't play Standard when Ascend was a thing. I'll figure it out, though. But I've got Skyrim Potion Syndrome, which is where I will save all of my consumables, not only to the last boss, but beyond the last boss. I will just hoard all the consumables and just never use them. If I don't have to, I won't. I'm happy to die and reload a save than I am to use a bunch of healing potions. That's an awesome mofo card. I am hyped to play that. Gonna get another sick... Oh, I got Elder Dinosaur. 6 mana, 6/6 Death Touch. Reveal him from your hand. Put prey counters on things. And when you play him, you destroy all the things with prey counters. That's cool. I got a common wildcard and an uncommon wildcard, so I can almost build whatever I want, it's feeling like, but I won't. I know that I won't. I know that I will save all the wildcards to the point where, like, until I reach the point where I own 80% of the cards and the remaining 20% is wildcards and I could just redeem them and get the full collection, I probably will do that. But even then, I will look and I'll see, oh, the next expansion's coming. Save my wildcards for that. I don't know what my issue is, but consumables just don't end well for me. Oh wow, we're getting some serious cool Merfolk stuff. Look at this. 3 mana, 3/3, 1/1 counter, remove 1/1 counter, draw a card. Conqueror's Galleon. It's a vehicle. See, I didn't play Standard when vehicles existed. The last time I played Standard was when we went back to Zendikar, but even then I didn't get into Standard much. Human Pirate. Oh yeah, there was that Dinosaur and Pirate set. It's the one I'm hoping, I assume. Oh, Admiral Beckett Brass. I wonder if there's a commander format in this. They should. That's another thing. Magic, whenever they make these games, they only ever do Standard. Like, where's the draft? Where's the sealed? Where's the commander? Where's the modern? Where's the legacy? Even if you want to recreate your own game again with a limited card format and learn from previous mistakes, like if you want to release Ixalan but delete some of the problem cards, do it, and then when Standard's done, cycle out and give us our own rebuilt modern format just for this game. Don't make this game like a side effect of the real game. Don't make this like an afterthought. Feel free, Wizards, to just make this its own game that has its own formats, has its own everything, and the formats look completely different. I would be hyped for that. But people are afraid that they'll be missing out on playing the actual thing that's what it's supposed to be. Inspiring Cleric, gain a bunch of life. But I don't think that's a worry. I wondered if that bugged, but I realised it's just a vanilla card. Where's the flavor text? Flavor text was one of my favourite things about this game. That and the artwork. Magic's artwork is stellar. Arcane Adaptation. When it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you can control are that type. So I can play that with like Merfolk and force my non-Merfolk to be Merfolk. Common wildcard. Desert of the True. Cycle lands. That's nice. I like that. Magmaroth. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on Magmaroth. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, remove -1/-1 counter from Magmaroth. That's pretty cool. So he's huge, and he shrinks unless you burn faces. Ruin Rat. Not bad. Mythic? Solemnity. Players can't get counters. Fun. What a really niche-specific hate card for a best-of-1 format for me to have. Survivor's Encampment. Oh, it's got Nicol Bolas's symbol. Did he come back? Somebody summarise the last 4 years of what's happened with Magic in the comments, and I will appreciate that greatly. Manticore Eternal. Man, all these red cards are badass. All creatures lose indestructible. Does 5 damage to each creature. Okay, that's a cute little board wipe. Got some Nicol Bolas synergy as well. Ruin Rat again. Disposal Mummy. Sidewinder Naga. Bontu's Last Reckoning. Destroy all creatures, land you don't control, don't unturn. So that's a really cheap board wipe with a cool downside. I like that. That's an awesome card. I like it when cards are unique and not just bad versions of other cards that I know exist. 2 mana 1/4 Beetle. That's huge. Look at that thing. There's a little skull in the foreground to emphasise how huge it is. Hapatra's Mark. Target creature gains hexproof, remove -1/-1 counters. That's cute, I like that. Enters battlefield tapped, cycling. I mean, it's a dual land. I'm not going to say no to lands. Lands are and have always been the most important part of the game. Rona's Monument. Green creatures cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature get 1+2 to trample. Alright, so that's a big old green beatstick thing. A Regal Cat. Other cats get 1/1 on life with cat deck. Let's go. Redeem all my wild cards for wild cats. Okay, that's big and red. Does that mean it's a mythic? It does. As foretold. Beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on as foretold. Once each turn you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost of a card. X is the number of counts. That's really cool. So as it progresses, you can play cards from your hand that are equal to counters on it. So you might miss your chance, because eventually it'll have like 15 counters on it, so you won't be able to play anything with it. Painted Bluffs. That's really cute. I wonder why they went for this weird circle in the middle of the card name. If you were going to do that, why didn't you centralize the card name text? I think that might have looked better. Because I like the left-aligned text on these cards, but this one I feel like it should be central. Who knows? More wildcards, but those are my free packs to start with. Do I start with 3 decks? Yes, it looks like I've got like a starting collection with a bunch of stuff in it. That's also a nice touch because obviously Hearthstone, Gwent, all these games give you like a starting jump into things, so it's nice to not just be missing that. And it looks like they've got some good stuff in it. Like I've got some rares for free to just start the game with. There's one. 4 mana 2/3 when it hits some draw card. That's a shit rare, but it's a rare nonetheless. 4 mana 3/3, but X counters becomes a land. That's not that bad. See, that's nice. Look at that. No maximum hand size when it enters the battlefield. Draw a card for each creature you control. Gives me some Prime Speaker Zagana flashbacks, but I like that I've got a starting collection. I like that I got some free packs. I'm hyped to play this game. I'll see if there's a story mode or if we're just going to be ganking fools in multiplayer. Haven't played Magic in so long that I'm not going to know what most of these cards do, so I'm going to mess around with it, do some research, but I hope you guys are hyped for this as well. Card games are basically what started me off in gaming, that and Oblivion. You guys saw I used to do a load of Gwent stuff, so I'm happy to play into this if you guys are happy to watch it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!